Yeah, just give me one moment before we start recording.
Networking. Meeting.
There's no passcode.
Oh, the GCSP public. I'm not.
Oh.
It's the first one.
It says connecting to cloud servers. Okay, this meeting is being audio recorded. And let's get started. Welcome to San Mateo County Coastside Design Review Committee meeting. The design review committee has established its own regulations. It's appointed by the board of supervisors. Today, Thursday, June 8, 2023. Now is 1:38 p.m. This hearing consists of one project. The meeting is being audio recorded. There are two opportunities for public speeches for matters not on the agenda, and a separate public comment session for each project on the agenda. Please review the agenda to identify which item you wish to speak on and the time of that item. The chair will open public comment session during the public comment period for each item on the regular agenda. I will first read comments received before the meeting into the record, then I will ask those members of the public who wish to comment to click the raise hand feature to raise your hand to speak on that agenda item. For those joining by phone, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. If you're attending this meeting in person, please fill out a speaker slip, which is available on the table at entrance. Then turn it and give your speaker slip to me. And please note that the members of the public must wait for my prompt in connection with each agenda item. For example, for remote participants, you cannot raise your hand at the beginning of the agenda item that's entered in the agenda. When you hear your name or last four digits of your phone number called, I'll prompt you to unmute your account and inform that you may begin speaking. I will then ask you to state your name, address, and email address for the record. For those joining by phone, please press *6 to mute or unmute your microphone. For in-person participants, please move to this area in front of the committee before you start speaking. The design review committee's decision for item 1 today, if any, will be only a recommendation regarding the project compliance with the design review guidelines and not the final decision on the project, the decision of which will take place at a later date. Depending on the scale and scope of changes, continued projects may be placed on the next month's agenda if revisions are submitted to the county by the end of business day, Friday, June 16, 2023. Applicants should know that continuous letters may not be available by that date and are encouraged to take note of the committee's feedback. The next Coastside Design Review Committee meeting will be held on Thursday, February 9, 2023. Item 1 is the item 1 on the agenda is the roll call. Katie Kostuk. Rebecca Geffen.
Present.
Valerie Garrity, not present. Mark Stackmeyer.
Present.
Linda Price-Patterson. Not present. John Statman. Not present. With that, I turn it over to the chair.
Hello, welcome back. Really nice day today. Started out early with sunshine. The Coastside Design Review Committee, CDRC, is appointed by the Board of Supervisors to ensure new development is compatible with the physical settings of the site and visual character of the neighborhood, and provide a platform for neighborhood residents to communicate their concerns for the communities of Montero, Mock Beach, Granada, Miramar, and Princeton. So I do our old business. Going back to the story polls, and one of the participants here in the audience started a online petition for that. And the only thing is I don't know is where does that go from there? And how many people do you recommend? I mean, if you have a petition, I don't know anything about
Like if you're doing like a grassroots thing to try to get more attention for
The story polls,
yeah.
That's community generated, so the county doesn't have it.
So
So
I mean, that's just one way of getting the county's attention.
So how many people does it take to get a council?
I don't think the county's involved. So it's whatever you want. I mean, even one person can get the county's attention, so, but to make it like more of like a community wide, like. Thing that they want, then more the better, I
Now,
guess.
where does it get submitted to? County? But I mean, and what?
Like it's Steve
I-
Mono?
I can send it to Steve Convention, or I can do it.
And is that live now, or are you still working on that?
It's live, yeah, I didn't expect to get signatures already, but there's like 20. Yeah. Posted it.
Where is it available?
It's not change.org. Basically, it recommends that, an urgency ordinance, be, enacted to require storage goals for certain types of projects, not all projects, but certain projects.
I think our discussion before had, were you thinking just the sort of whole program that we had before, or a new different kind, like where the height is verified by the surveyor, or like, was there specifics in terms of what?
Yeah, I think it's piggybacking off of Katie and Beverly and Mark's other work that like in previous meetings, right, where we don't want to make it years for owners to do, so it's not going to require a lot of that type of sign off, but it's basically. Yeah, it's gonna require for certain types of projects over a certain height. And it's drawing from language from the city of Berkeley, or the recommendations to draw from other cities and counties. So I'll get the word out then and start the signatures. Hope they're.
Yeah, it was just a click on a thing. I didn't know where it was going to, so I didn't enter it into it. I don't even know if I can enter it in. As a recommendation, something you can put out.
I mean, I think we can approve it with changes, right, for the meeting minutes? Approve what changes, is that what you're suggesting?
No, I mean, if we approve it, put it on to the staff report, and then, I mean, there.
Oh,
Application.
yeah, I think so, this is the grassroots thing, I
Yeah.
don't think it can really go on account one, but I think that you can, at the post office with the QR code, like, next door, things like that. Yeah, maybe at Spangler, some of the other like local markets where people would maybe see it.
Yeah.
I'm still here. You know, I might still, like, if I'm bored, I'll come to the meeting, you know.
So that's a demonstration. And I'm sorry, this could be lack of me not making notes and part of me not getting to sleep, but, the things that were shelved last year, it's been 1 year since that was shelved as of May 6th. It was 1 year ago, and so I kind of just reminded me that, so we're not gonna get it on again.
Yeah, we already made it, it didn't make it on long range planning at the March meeting, so.
Not the story pole, but the C1.
Yeah, see what
Just
I,
the height.
yeah,
Certified definition, not the design review, standards update.
and not see when makers.
And so it's on their agenda for their work program, and then we'll hear from them.
It's at the bottom of somebody's list, so I think it's gonna take a lot of advocacy.
Well, it's not the bottom of the list. It's just that we've already allocated, where we're putting our staff time into all these like state mandated ordinances. And it seemed like the C1 was like the easiest to do with the most kind of consensus, I guess, that it was needed and without too much like people at for or against or whatever. So that one, I'm gonna take on the latter half, like starting now to the end of the year. But there didn't seem to be any sort of staff bandwidth for either the other two, but then there also wasn't a petition at that time. So maybe we'll kind of like retool our staff priorities maybe after we get the petition. Otherwise it'll just go on the long range work plan for next
So that happens in March.
year.
Work plan is set.
Spring.
It has been planned. Okay,
Question about that, with the C1 height, at least, does that still go through all of the same kind of tedious, public outreach efforts and everything, or is that something that is handled more administratively within the county?
No, there definitely is a public outreach portion, and it's probably just gonna be like an MCC meeting or a public workshop with with the MCC or outside, separate from the MCC. But we'll definitely collect the MCC's comment, and then, you know, potentially a separate workshop, and then, it will get refined based on those comments, and then go through the planning commission for recommendation, and then to the board of supervisors for potential adoption. And there's, sorry, there's a sequel process. Okay.
I don't have a lot of information on it, but the county is preparing on the 16th to open a satellite building, really, on the coast. Ray Mueller is gonna be on the 16th.
Planning, not planning,
Uh,
planning,
The county,
the county,
yeah,
okay,
the county,
the supervisor,
yes.
satellite office for the supervisor,
Oh, it's just for the.
potentially, I don't know,
I mean,
it's definitely not, I don't think it's planning.
well, anyway, it's on the 16th down at the Ocean, what do you call that, Ocean Railroad? Where the farmers market is?
real, Shoreline Station.
Oceano,
Shoreline Station.
Station.
Shoreline, I think,
I'm sorry.
where the Oceano is.
Oh, there's Shoreline Station. Market is.
You have to check with supervisor. Williams.
And if you look it up and if you want to go, there's an invite on the website. This is Katie's final hearing as a member of CDRC. She has been instrumental in upgrading standards of the CRC. She has had a friendly, lively spirit and the air with her articulate expressions. Her knowledge and command of computer skills have helped demonstrate and simplify understanding for the staff and for the applicants as well. And I'm gonna miss them.
No, thanks.
So that, and I have one other question for you, Camille, is I've talked to a couple of architects that maybe are interested, but they have to be county,
You have to live in the county,
they have to live in
not necessarily unincorporated, just the county property.
any county.
Cemetery.
Well, I think there are some architects in the audience today.
I'm sorry, the numbers.
I tried. I don't know where.
Oh, is that? Yeah, we live in the county.
They're in the back of the.
They're hiding. So you don't get it.
I don't know, well, the alt rep is a position that's open, the alternate architect, I'm sorry. But I don't know that we've posted your position.
Posted
So,
tomorrow.
I know, okay, I'll post it.
I won't be.
Looking for you, we're looking for anybody that you're here and want to support your community, please. Fill out an application. Yeah, you're not on the fire department.
Correct. I have the speaker slip that I handed
Okay.
in.
But you can participate up here.
I live next door.
Okay,
Mark's
It's
just recruiting
even-
for committee members.
pardon me?
I said Mark's just recruiting for committee members.
Mhm.
We always try to do that.
Community members, yeah.
Sure.
Base.
That's how they got me. I presented a project and then they asked me to join.
Yeah.
So that, anything that was discussed now or anything other in the community besides, what's coming up in the, on the agenda, if the public want to open for public comment?
Now it'll take 10 more seconds before we can connect to the file server.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Huh?
I cannot hear a word you're saying.
Can I hear that?
You need to be.
Okay. Yeah, so I just said that we were disconnected from the internet. And then now we have been reconnected. We just need to restart recording before we
So what are you doing now? You're not taking speakers?
we're just waiting for the recording to get started.
And these will be speakers slips
So
for general information and not related to the project work yet.
online people can call.
Oh, okay, thank you.
This is a new
I
hybrid
can hear
meeting
you.
format. So, we're trying to
Okay.
get sure numbers.
So now we've been fully reconnected to the internet and the recording has been restarted. So now we're opening up a public comment session for matters not on the agenda. If your hand is raised, your name will be called for this item. I'll lower your hand after you speak. For those joining in person, your name will be called in order your speaker form was received. Those joining by telephone can press *9 to raise and unraise your hand. Pressing *6 will mute or unmute your microphone once you're given permission to speak. Is anyone here present this room? No? Okay. I don't see any raised hand for this item matter for this item. Or communications for matters not on agenda. So Chair, please indicate if you would like to close public comment.
I'd like to close public comment.
Okay. And now we are at 2:02. So are we ready to start reviewing item 1?
Okay, presentation.
Thank you.
Owner Wayne and Kelly Robinson, applicant Rebecca Catkin.
Hi.
You later.
Bye.
File number PLM 2022-00348. Location is Ethador Street, Las Beach. This is parcel number 037096120. Consideration of design review permit recommendation for the construction of a new 1,710 square foot, 3-story, single family residence with an attached 441 square foot garage, 495 square feet of junior accessory dwelling unit, and 800 square feet of accessory dwelling unit on legal 5,000 square foot parcel. Recorded certificate of compliance PLN 2022-00242 associated with the staff level grading permit. And the project involves 770 cubic yard of grading, cut and fill, so 10 yards fill. And the removal of 4 significant trees. The ADU and the JADU are ministerial projects that regarded that do not require the review of CRDC. The CRDC that will not render a decision, but make recommendations regarding the project compliance with design review standards. The project was scheduled for continuance consideration from March 30th, 2023 meeting. Staff will make a decision on the design review permit and grading permit after June 8th, 2023. The project is not appealable to the California Coastal Commission. Applicant deemed complete May 15th. 2023. Project planner, plan review. So is there somebody that's going to present this project again?
I wanted to start with something, if I may. It's a little bit out of sequence, but I know that there is a lot of public comment and interest in this project. So I wanted to say a little bit that hopefully will help guide us through the meeting a little more smoothly. With my mask so you guys can hear me. Okay, so thank you all for coming and for caring about the community, about the project. I want to kind of help identify what the role of our committee is, what we do have purview over and what we do not, so that everybody has a better understanding of what our role is today. And then all of the rights and roles that you guys have today too. So first, I wanted to say that public comment is part of this process. This is a public hearing. So part of that is that everybody out there has a right to a voice. We are going to be limiting and holding people to a time limit on their comments, just in the interest of trying to stay on track. We do have a lot of public comment in writing as well, so we're gonna try to be efficient with our time, but we want to make sure that you all feel heard. Many of the items and concerns that will be brought up are not necessarily the purview.
We'll try this one last time and maybe we'll announce to the speakers, the 3 members of the public on Zoom that we're having very patchy connection. And that if they live nearby, they should just come on over. But otherwise, we can't keep trying. This is our last effort at this.
Yeah, this meeting is now being recorded, so I don't want to touch Zoom again, so I just leave it there and then let it record.
Okay, we'll let the participants know that this is our last attempt to do Zoom until, or if we get kicked off again, we won't be rejoining because we need to proceed with this item. And you're welcome to join us physically at 504 Avenue Alhambra.
The address is available on the agenda.
But we're gonna keep going if we get cut off.
Okay, so the building is moved forward on the site 2 feet in order to move the impact of the height. Consider lower plate height of the garage. That has been done. It's been lowered by 7 inches. Elements of design, building math, shape and scale, neighborhood scale. Reduce apparent mass and scale by considering a flat roof rather than a hip roof. The previous hip roof at 312 has been replaced by a gable roof at 212 in order to reduce the height. I'm not going to comment on the solar panels. I think there's many different solutions and the configuration of the gable roof is desired by the client, by the applicants as the most desirable configuration for the solar. It is estimated that these combined recommendations could lower the height by 4 feet. That's a stretch. In the current configuration, the height has been lowered by 2 feet overall. And the applicant is also requesting as a condition of approval that the glass rail be replaced with a cable rail. I've read a lot of things, a lot of discussion on this project. I feel that the applicants have the right to build on this property just as everybody else in the community has. They have responded cooperatively with the neighbors, all the neighbors, and I think they should consideration that this project be recommended for approval. I don't think that, and it's been the case at the CDRC that under normal circumstances, approval should not take more than 2 meetings. So I hope you consider this favorably at this time.
Thank you. No, I don't think I have any questions.
Thank you.
You want to open it up to the public?
Yeah, I think so. You don't have any qualifying questions. I will open it up to the public. Speaking, if you have your list, then we'll call you out.
So, very sure we're now opening public comments for item number 1 on the agenda. The public correspondence for this project received prior to the meeting have been uploaded to the meeting webpage on the county website and forwarded to the CDRC. I'll read public comments from those who are not present in this meeting. The first, Francesca. This member of the public wrote, I'm writing to express my support for the proposed home, ADU and JADU at 717 Appledore in Moss Beach. I believe Moss Beach needs more housing, especially smaller and more affordable units provided by ADUs. I hope the CDRC will allow this project to include the planned off-street parking as that is important to the coastal community. The particular building is very well designed and would be a beautiful addition to the community. Callie and Wayne Robinson are very nice people who love our community, and I look forward to the time when they will call Moss Beach home. This is the first comment received. And the second comment received is from Patricia Young. And Patricia she said, I'm very concerned with the possible impact on views and most of neighborhood parkings. The continuation letter proposed moving the Robinson home structure down and toward the front property line to lower the overall height by 4+ feet. My neighbor next door to the Robinson home will lose much of their views, even from her highest window. Most importantly, if Robinsons were required to move their home outside of the normal setback, their garage would be right at the road shoulder. I have lived here for 50 years, and no houses or garages here on Appledore are right at the street. You can only park on one side of the street in this area, as the east side is the drainage. It's a drainage ditch. I'm concerned that there won't be enough parking if these 3 new units lose the driveway that was in the original plan. I was looking out my window now and I see 2 AT&T trucks in front of the building, and every other space is taken. This will only get worse after the 8-unit apartment is built next to the AT&T building. It would be very helpful if the design committee would ask Robinsons to build their home at a normal setback and leave a full driveway to help us with the parking issue. The next comment letter I received is from Fabiola. Fabiola says, I like the design. It will be nice to see from our restaurant patio. My only issue is the request to remove or reduce the driveway. This will impact the parking on Carlos, as our street parking is often completely full and customers have to park on Appledore. And 8-unit parking complex is the works on the same block at Appledore and California. This will add to our available housing, but also add more congestion to street parking. I understand that it offers at least 1 off-street parking space per unit plus some gas parking. I would like this 717 Appledore project to view at the proper setback with the most off-street parking available. That's the next comment we have received the same letter, and that letter has been signed by numerous members of the public. So this letter says, as a member of the Coastside community, I would like to ask the design review committee to encourage the above project be approved with the standard 20-foot setback front and rear. This is also a proposed 8-unit apartment being built on the same block, so the density here will increase and off-street parking will be even more important. I'm writing in support of this project and hope it's approved at the June 8th hearing with no more than a 2-foot encroachment into the front setback. This letter has been signed by Brian Hawkinson, Armando Sereno, Haley, Ollie Hurst, Justin Lang, Machella, Theodore, Joanna Saxby, Daniel Welch, Angela, Dr. Sachs, and Evan Ebony Sachs. And the last comment I received here is from Childa Smith. So Childa Smith is says, I'm thankful for the additional housing being made available. In my opinion, moving the house forward on the lot will restrict outdoor neighbors' view and force residents to use on-street parking if the driveway is reduced by encroaching onto the 20-foot front setback. We already have density issue causing the lack of parking on Athlone Street. This will only make things worse. The owners should be compelled to redesign this home to stay within the standard setback and provide the maximum off-street parking. Yeah, so I have read comments from those who are not present at this meeting. Then I will call the speakers. Yeah, call speakers here in this room. So the first person is, so before we start, I hope everyone can limit their comment to 5 minutes or less, and I'll have a timer. I'll have a timer up. So once we hit the 5-minute mark, then I will give you a friendly reminder. And
When is it 5 or 3?
it's okay, it's 3. Okay, yeah, 3. Sorry, just correction. Limit your speech to 3 since we have long comments. And yeah, so the first person here is Scott. Please. Scott.
So my letter to Glenn went this way. I want to register my disappointment with revised plans which have done little to mitigate the negative impact this project will have on our views and our property values. I thought we had come to an amicable compromise at the March 30th meeting in asking that the project be moved down slope toward Ethandore Street to make the overall height of the project more in keeping with the height of the roof lines of neighboring houses on Ethandore, but it's only been moved to 2 feet forward. That the height of the garage be reduced from over 11 feet to approximately 9 feet, which was not done. That was only moved 7 inches. And that the hip roof be replaced with a flat roof. New plans call for a hybrid roof of flat and gable sections that only reduce the overall height of the building by 2 feet. Had these changes been made in good faith, the overall height should have been reduced by 4 to 6 feet. Furthermore, no proper story poles with netting have ever been erected to ascertain the actual impact this project will have on the upslope neighbors on Stetson Street. Until that is done, I respectfully ask that the CDRT refrain from making a recommendation in favor of the project until our concerns have been addressed. And so I didn't mention that Scott Clemens from 740 Stetson Street, which is just uphill.
No.
On the streets.
Thank you for your comments. The next speaker is Dahlia Ruben. Sorry if I mispronounced your name.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dahlia Rubin. I'm an architect and recent member of the Coastside Architecture Site Review Board and chair for 2 years. So I'm quite familiar with these type of projects, and I'm also familiar with the kind of exchange that's going on here today. And change is never easily accepted, and it is difficult when you've lived in a neighborhood for a long time to have the new